I'm Braylon, and today we're going to take a closer look into one of the more common animals, or actually insects, that you can find basically all around the world. They're quite misunderstood and they're very fascinating. It is the Western or European honeybee, and we may even get a chance to pet it. Let's go take a closer look. So here, this lavender bush is filled with honeybees. Now, these bees are basically the backbone of the hives. They're responsible for many of the jobs, including foraging for food, like they're doing right now, defending the hive, caring for the workers, building the hive, and much, much more. Now here, there's also a bumblebee on the flower, and those are totally different species, but today we're going to talk about these, the European honeybee. Now, these animals have a lot of adaptations that they use to collect their nectar and pollen. Now, you can see because of their yellow color, it kind of stands out. It makes them stand out from other insects. This is known as aposematism. Basically, it's the process where the insect develops bright coloration to warn predators that it's dangerous or it's potentially lethal. Now, these honeybees have a stinger that they're commonly known for on the back of their abdomens. Now, you can see I'm getting very, very close to these honeybees, but they really don't even want to sting you. The bees really just want to mind their own business. You can see if I do this, between all these bees, they don't even want to come close to me. They're all going to that side. And the reason they're doing that as well is because if they do sting, it ends up killing them, because their stinger is attached to all of their vital organs, and if they try and sting it, they'll pull out a lot of their digestive tract and vital organs inside of their abdomen. Now let's take a closer look into these bees. Now they have a lot of hairs surrounding their entire body, and that's used to basically help them collect pollen. Now, this pollen is useful in pollinating flowers for other bees to forage from, but also helps them collect pollen for themselves. And you can see on the legs of the bees, they'll actually take all of the pollen around their body and then pass it through their legs to their back legs, and they'll have these big kind of pollen sacs, which they'll carry back to the hive and use to make something called bee bread. That makes up a lot of the bees' diet as well. Now, the second thing that they do is collect nectar. Now, they have this tiny, small tongue that they can stick into the flowers, and it basically, like a straw, sucks up all that nectar and then goes into one of the bee's two stomachs. Now, inside that stomach, they have the bee has a bunch of digestive enzymes that break down that nectar into simpler sugars, therefore turning it into honey. Now, one bee can not alone turn a bit of nectar into honey. They actually go up to other bees, worker bees, and actually vomit the honey into each other's stomachs. This helps break down the nectar and turn it into honey, and then turn it into food for the bees. Now, this is not the last step in the honey making process. They actually have to deposit it into one of those little hexagons, better known as the honeycomb, and then they'll seal it off with wax and beat their wings around it so that it gets less hydrated and then stays with the wax on it at a perfect hydration, therefore letting it be extra food for the bees in the winter when there's not as many flowers around. So basically, this may sound disgusting, but when you're eating honey, you're really eating bee vomit. Nasty. Now, if you come closer, I'm gonna attempt to basically to show how friendly bees are to us and that they don't want to hurt us. I'm gonna pet a bee real quick. See? just giving it a little stroke on the thorax. Nothing happens. They're just minding their own business. And they really don't want to hurt you, they just want to do what they do, collect flower and pollinate flowers, and collect nectar and pollen, and go about their daily business. So that's all for today on honeybees. I'm Braylon. These are honeybees. Thanks for watching.